In case this is the start of the video, hi, hello, welcome here. But today is Canada Day. I didn't realize that this was happening this weekend. I didn't know what day it was, but here we are. It's Canada Day. We're celebrating by going to Stanley Park. I didn't even realize that there was like a beachfront to Stanley Park. And so when we came here, William saw the ocean and he just sprinted. He's so excited, look at him. A little ocean boy, a little New Zealand boy. This is really fun. It's just also really surreal because if I close my eyes, I can feel like I'm in New Zealand again. I don't know. There's a lot more people though. Dude, the crows here are insane. But we're about to go take out a place. It's a little above our price range, but it's an amazing location. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm scared. We're back home. We did not like that place at all. It was just really grubby and like dank, which are not descriptors you want to use for your future home. So we said no to that one because, again, it was out of our price range. It was pretty gross. And I mean, the location, we like that neighborhood, that city, but it wasn't even in like the area, like one of the streets that we would have really liked. And yeah, part of me wanted to just apply for it anyways, because I was like, well, this is one of our like goal neighborhoods, and if we get it, then we have a place. Like, I'm getting to the point where I'm desperate enough to kind of accept anything that comes our way, which is exactly what we wanted to avoid. Billy talked sense into me and said we still have time. Kind of random, but we're on a little mini adventure and I just love vlogging these so I can remember them. Anyways, it's all fun and exciting. Billy has a concert tonight at Sunset Beach. It sounds amazing. I'm not going to the concert because it starts at 8, which is like past bedtime, which is asking for disaster. So instead, we're going to the dress rehearsal at 2:30 in the afternoon. So we're actually walking to it and it is so, like, I can't believe we live here. This is insane. It's gonna be a bunch of like Star Wars and John Williams movie music kind of stuff, so it should be good. It could also be a disaster. I don't know, I always get kind of nervous taking out 2 kids by myself because I'm like, what if he runs off in the ocean? I have to go and save him with her on. It'll be fine. Oh, is that Canadian geese? Oh, look at them. Oh my goodness. For a minute about this video because I feel like it has turned into an episode of HGTV, like House Hunters or something. We have seen, I don't even know the number anymore, about 6 or 7 different places. Everybody keeps explaining it to us, but essentially there's not enough housing to go around, which means that the supply is low and the demand is high, which means that the prices are incredibly high. And it's been, I can see that it is very frustrating and hard for both the people that are looking for housing, but also the people that are trying to fill their houses. Because we have sent messages to so many different places. A lot of them don't even respond, and most of them are very kind of discriminatory, to be very frank and brutally honest about it. A lot of them will say like, oh, we only want 1 or 2 adults, essentially. Some of them straight up say that you can't have kids. A lot of them will say that this isn't big enough for you, even though I feel like that's our decision. People do crazy things. People live in vans with 2 children. I'm not saying that's what we want to do. However, don't just make that decision for us. To be very open about our search, honestly, we've dropped our expectations down to just 1 bedroom. We have been looking at places that are 500 to 600 square feet. We are willing to shove ourselves into these little shoebox places if it means that we can get a home that is within our budget, that isn't like a crazy long commute. We only have one vehicle and we want to keep it that way, which means that we want to keep our location within a bike ride or half an hour public transport, which is a high ask in this city apparently. We've been looking at many different neighborhoods, at many different types of housing. We would love a laneway. We actually forgot to film the first 2 laneways that we checked out. The other thing that we're kind of picky on is location, because I will get much more depressed living in kind of a less good neighborhood than a less good house, if that makes sense. Like if every day that I go outside, if I am surrounded by trash and people that don't care about their neighborhood, and it's just, I don't know, that to me is more important than if I have the fanciest bedrooms and like kitchen and all these different things. Our top budget is, we're hoping for $3,000 or less, which is insane. And it's incredibly disheartening because that, as a yearly budget, is $36,000. And how nice would it be if that $36,000 that we were paying every year was going towards a house of our own? Like, we're very much getting to the point where it's incredibly frustrating and we want to own our own home and we want this money to be going towards us instead of somebody else's house. However, we're not in the position to buy a house quite at this moment, and so it's just the way that it is and we just have to accept that. But I'm still raging on the inside. Hi! Good morning. It's a beautiful day. We're going on a hike, which always puts me in a pretty good mood. We somehow found a parking spot. Sheer good luck, really, because it was completely full and we were like getting ready to sit there and wait for a while, but then we saw a couple walk up and I was like, there's no way. Woohoo! You're just the cutest little thing ever. This is unreal. You did it.
Whoa.
William's down there hiding in a tree, and everybody that walks by, he just pops out and scares them. I mean, he doesn't actually scare them.
Watch out for spiders.
Look at all the moss. A bunch of people keep asking about bears. Yes, there are bears. I see one right now. Just kidding. But yeah, there are a lot of bears, and there's supposed to be a lot of bear safety, you're supposed to know. But one of the things is you're supposed to stay with your group, and you're supposed to be loud and like keep talking, because bears typically don't actually want to bother you. We're going uphill. Never a good time to talk. So yeah, if you're being really loud, they'll avoid you. If you sneak up on them, that's when trouble can ensue. Billy's not very good at staying with me though, so I keep telling him it's gonna be his fault if we get eaten by a bear. The real usage of this carrier. I'm so excited. He keeps laughing at us because they pass by Billy and see Clara, and they're like, oh, cute baby. And then they pass by me next with them in the carrier.
Oh, no. Slow. Watch your feet.
Wow. Whoa. No.
Keep walking.
What are you laughing at, William?
Okay. Step. You want to jump off the thing?
We're at another one of Billy's little concerts, his outdoor ones. Again, at the dress rehearsal. But we'll see how it goes. The craziest thing just happened. We actually signed on a place. I didn't think it was possible, but it happened, and we're so thrilled. It has become a part of our personality to be apartment looking, and it was like addicting to go onto Craigslist and look throughout the day and spend an hour every night like combing through every listing, sometimes many times, and we finally got a place. So it's actually the last place that I showed. We went to it and it was amazing. We went to view the house, and you know, house viewings are usually like 5 to 10 minutes max, but we ended up staying there for like 45 minutes. She is big into gardening, and so they have this really nice garden in the back half, and the rest of the backyard is like really shaded, and they just have a lot of kids stuff because they have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, so it's like all set up for kids, and they are completely fine with us using their backyard and like playing in it. And we just hung out there. Like, I didn't want to leave, and we just had a really good time talking to them and getting to know them, and they're really chill and nice and sweet. And the neighborhood, like the area, we both love it. It's the neighborhood that we were looking for. It's really close to the city. Like, Billy can bike in it and it'll take him 22 minutes. The public transport to his job is really good. It's just a really kid-rich area, which is what I want. Like, I want a neighborhood that actually has a lot of things going for kids, because obviously I have 2 of them and it's my whole life right now, so it's just a lot easier to have that kind of structure around. And she's a stay-at-home mom right now, and I think it'll be a really great fit, so we're very excited. Some more positive things are, it's actually a 2-bedroom place. We have actually been applying to a lot of places that only have 1 bedroom, and sometimes they're tiny. Like, we have applied to 500 to 600 square foot places. That is a shoebox. And I was like, okay, let's just embrace a tiny living situation, because I don't want to go above our budget. I actually want to like start trying to save some big money so maybe in 5 years time we can buy a house. So absolutely thrilled and stoked, and yeah, like the biggest relief to have that off of our shoulders and I feel like we can be happy again. And that's another note, like, yeah, last week's video was all about how incredibly hard this whole move has been, how hard life has been, and how it's been very just horrible. But 2 things. 1, it's already gotten so much better, and I knew this. I knew like the first month here was going to be pretty tough, trying to find housing, trying to get settled, all these different things. And now that it is starting to settle, like, I already feel so much better. I'm starting to feel normal again, starting to feel happy again. So I knew that it was all situational, and I knew that it would get better. However, this last month has been brutal. I also wanted to say a huge thank you, because from my last week's video, there were so many nice comments. Like, I honestly have such a hard time reading nice comments for some reason. I don't know. If I get a mean comment, it just rolls right off me. Like, I don't care about it. I don't care about them. But usually I just get the nicest comments, and these ones have been so thoughtful and kind and sweet and loving, and I don't know what I did to deserve such nice people that follow me. I've been so slow at responding to them, because I read 2 and I'm like, this is too much, and then I just have to get off. The most helpful comments are basically the ones that were like, you have more time than you think that you do. Like, there was one mom that said that she had 4 kids, and when her youngest was 4 years old, that's when she went back to school, and that's when she started her career. And it's fine. Like, I don't know why I'm always in such a rush to do life, but it's just, I've always been that way. It is part of my personality. Not that it's healthy, but thank you guys. And there's been a lot of things that I've been holding off on. Like, I've wanted to sign up for certain, like a gym membership, and like I want to put William in gymnastics because he loves it, but I didn't want to sign up for those things until I knew where we were moving, because I didn't want to sign up for something here and then end up moving like 45 minutes away. So now that I know the area, I can actually start looking and like signing up for things where we live. I'm thrilled. I am beyond happy. Oh, but back to there's a couple things that I don't love about this place, but it's fine. Like I said, I'm just so happy for all the reasons that I already said. 1, it is a basement apartment, which they tend to be a lot darker because it's a basement. So the windows are tiny and the sun doesn't shine in them quite as well. I am a flower. I like the sunlight, so we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it'll be fine. And I'm also trying to just remind myself that it's like a temporary thing. We're not going to be in this forever. The other thing that I don't completely love about it is the kitchen. I am such like a kitchen snob. I love it when they're like updated and nice and bright and lots of sunshine, and like we both love cooking and we both spend a lot of time in the kitchen, and so to have kind of a dark, old, outdated kitchen, I'm gonna sound like such a brat because you're gonna see the kitchen and it's gonna be like, it's fine. But yeah, super thrilled. Claire is waking up so that I can hear her. I just can't believe it. I can't believe that we actually found a place and it's happening. And we get to move there in like a week's time. So this next little bit is going to be us looking hardcore for like furniture because it is unfurnished, which means that we have to do all the fun hunting. But I'm excited for that. That's the fun part. Anyways, I have to go. These videos are like all over the place. They're just crazy. But anyways, thank you so much for following along on this crazy journey, and I will see you guys next week.